Hi, this is Miss Erin. I'm going to do a hair and makeup tutorial for a ballet dancer with fair skin under the age of 6. I'm using the Senegence long-lasting smudge-proof makeup. As you can tell, Daisy is fair-skinned and has really thin hair. So we're going to do a little bit of modifications to help her look like she has lots of hair and help her features stand out on the stage. So as you can see, I'm slicking back her hair. I want to get all of those wispies out of the way. I first put in a little hair tie just to kind of secure it, and then I comb with one of those bristle brushes. Okay, just smooth it back and spray it with some water, and then pull it even tighter and put another little hair tie in there. And then you can hairspray it if you want, but as you can tell, it's right there on the crown of her head. That's where we want the bun to be. You can see how thin her hair is. So instead of using one of these for her, because her hair is so thin, it doesn't cover the whole sock bun there, we're going to put in some artificial hair that I got at Sally's Beauty Supply. The kind I got is actually real human hair, and it comes in these strips. I like the human hair because the curling iron won't burn it like the synthetic, and you're able to curl it. But I fold it together and stitch it kind of together and put this little clip on it. It's a wig clip. And you can see that it's long and not quite her color, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. But you just put the wig clip in there and kind of snap it into place. And you'll notice that this was not quite secure because as she moves around, it falls off. Oops. But once you do get it in there, nice and secure, and snap it into place, just right there, right on top of her hair tie, you're going to need to get some wig pins. They're a little bit different than bobby pins. They have little spaces in between them. And you stick them into the stitching there, all the way to their ponytail, their natural hair there, and try to get it in there nice and good. You have to play around with it a few times. And then I like to pinch the two sides together there with a wig pin. You can see that it's pretty secure. You can twist her hair and roll it around into a bun if you'd like, but I like to braid it. I think it looks better. And then get a little hair tie to secure the end. Then wrap it around itself and put bobby pins, not wig pins, bobby pins to keep the ends in place. And then what I'm going to do is get a hairnet that's close to her hair color. This one isn't very close, but it was the lightest I could find. And wrap it around a couple times so that it's all around her bun, and then put bobby pins and secure it in place. I like the hairnet because it keeps the wispies from falling out, and it just makes the bun look really nice. And she shook her head for us to show that it wasn't going anywhere. So this is what it looks like. Pretty close to her hair color, not too bad. She thinks she's so cute. And then hairspray the wispies back. Now for the makeup. Again, we're using Senegence brand makeup. It's long-lasting and smudge-proof. This is a moisturizing foundation, kind of like a tinted moisturizer. This is the light color. It comes in light and medium. It's just nice because it helps keep the face moisturized but it doesn't smear. And if you're not sure what color your child is, this is a good one because, you know, if they're light skinned, it'll blend nicely with their skin tone. And then I'm putting on another foundation, and this color is porcelain because she's very fair and it's the lightest color they carry, I think. And I'm using a foundation blending brush to blend it all together. I like the foundation because it's kind of has a nice powder finish to it, so you don't have to use a powder. It keeps the shine away and kind of takes the redness out and makes the face look smooth and uniform. And I put it everywhere on her eyelids and her face and neck. Now for some contouring, I'm going to use a powder called Silver Rose. It's like a bronzing powder. It's one of the few powders that SeneGence actually has. And I like it because it gives the face a nice glow. It has a little shimmer to it, which is good for stage. And they have other bronzers, but I like this one because it has a rose look to it. And now I'm brushing her eyebrows with a little eyebrow brush and using the Brow Sense. I think this is the dark brow. She doesn't have eyebrows that show up on stage, and so I'm using the dark color so that she does have some. And I like to take the color from the wand there and put it on an angled brush and brush it in there. And for little children her age, I just follow their natural brow line. I'm not going to try to create a new brow line somewhere or try to do something different than what she naturally has. And I think that's important for little children. So anyway, I just follow her natural brow line and kind of paint over the hair that she already has on her brows, using the color there, and it's kind of sticky, so it's kind of a learning curve, but I like it because it stays. And then I use the little wand at the end to kind of fill in the areas with little natural looking hairs. There she is, showing us how good she looks with her new eyebrows. Next, we're gonna line her eyes with it's actually a shadow, a cream to powder shadow. And I use this flat brush for it. It's a dark color, and a lot of people like using it as eyeliner, and so do I. And basically I grab the color off of the wand there and kind of line her eyes with the flat brush, just going along the edge of her lid there, all the way from the inside of her lid to the outside. And they do carry an eyeliner, but I really like how this cream is applied. It goes on really easily, and there's no smearing. And the color I'm using for her is not the darkest color because she is so fair. It's called Ebony Essence. They have a darker one called Onyx. But this one's nice for fair complected children. And you can notice right away she opens her eyes and you don't see any smearing like other eyeliners do. And on the bottom lid, I like to only start midway through and go to the outside edge. I think it opens up their eyes nicely. You want to get it close to the eyelashes as possible. Anyway, next I'm going to apply a highlighter color. It's called Snow, and it's kind of like a base, a shadow base. And again, it's a cream to powder shadow like the liner. And I put it all over her eyes and lids, including the insides to kind of open up those eyes. And then I'm going to apply on the outside corners there and on the crease a color called Mocha Java Shimmer. And it's really pretty and shimmery. And then I blend it together. Then lastly, I'm going to add another shimmery color called Pink Frost. It's really, really pretty, and I just add it to the inside corners of her lids. Kind of gives her eyes a nice pop. For the finishing touches, I'm going to add a cream blush. It's called Cherry, and a little bit of this goes a long way. It's very pigmented. So I just put a tiny, tiny, tiny bit on my stencil brush there and kind of blend it on her cheekbones. Be very careful with this color because you can go crazy with it. We don't typically like to put mascara on kids under the age of 9 because it's hard, first of all, and second of all, I don't think they need it. So there she is with all her makeup on. I like to put some color in their hairline sometimes just to sort of make their face look colorful and alive. I guess no face is complete without the lips. So we're going to apply some lip color. If you notice, I have a little pad that I got wet with some water, and I'm cleaning the lips because you don't want any residue on. You want to be able to put the color straight onto the lips because it needs to adhere to clean lips. The color I'm using is Fly Girl. You want to shake it up a little bit to get that pigment nice and stirred around. Now I'm going to wipe the excess color off into the bottle there. You want to start out with a nice thin layer. And Daisy's doing a good job assuming the position. You want to open up those lips nice and wide and keep those lips dry as you apply the color. One trick is to make sure you apply that color in the same direction, kind of like you would apply nail polish. You want to go one direction. You don't want to go back and forth because it'll smear it and kind of look uneven. Typically with lip scents you want to apply 3 layers, and in between each layer you want to let it dry for about 5 seconds. Now after you've applied that 3rd layer and let it dry, you want to put the glossy gloss on. And here's Daisy, she needs to swallow because then nope, that's no good. Anyway, the glossy gloss goes on after the lip color, and it kind of seals in that lip color. It's important that you use the glossy gloss or the other glosses that Senegence sells because it is the only product that can pass that color barrier and go underneath the barrier and hydrate the skin really nicely. So you need that gloss or else your lip color will feel dry and sticky. As you notice, she's rubbing her lips together and licking her lips, and the color isn't coming off, and her lips look nice and shiny and glossy, and she can, you know, take off her costume. She has a white costume, and she can take it off and accidentally rub it across her face or her lips, and nothing will come off onto the costume. That's why I love it. Here I am trying to show you guys that, you know, we can blot the lips and no color comes off. The only thing that did come off was the tissue onto her lips, and she's not happy about that. But see, I'm rubbing her lips around and trying to get the tissue off, and she still has that beautiful lip color on. The only thing that did come off was the gloss, and that's okay because it's clear, and you can reapply that over and over and over again, and that lip color will stay. And see, here I am reapplying the lip color. She's letting me know that there's still more tissue stuck on her lips. But you'll see that there's nothing on that wand. I'll show it to you right there. That bright red didn't come off onto it. It's kind of magical. We like it. And there she is. Yay! Look at how gorgeous. Thumbs up. Okay, so it's been about 1 hour, and of course 2 popsicles later. We're gonna see if we can get that makeup off. And if you notice, I'm using one of those face pads and nothing's coming off really. So there's one thing that I like to use to get the makeup off. It's called micellar cleansing water, and it's, you know, natural, doesn't have chemicals in it, and it does a good job getting off this makeup line. So I guess the reason why I bring this up is some people are a little nervous about putting this makeup on their child because they think, well, what the heck, this is like voodoo magic, and how's this even going to ever come off my child? Well, I'm here to tell you that it does come off, just with certain things, like the micellar water. And Senegence also carries a makeup remover called Foops, and some facial washes and stuff. But I like the micellar because it's cheap and inexpensive and does a good job. I probably used about 5 or 6 makeup pads to get most of her makeup off. There's a little bit under her eyes left, but I'll probably just take that off later with some of the facial wash. But for the most part, you can get most of the makeup off with the micellar water. All right, well, that's it. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please let me know. I will have the makeup and many colors and lipsticks at the theater for you to try and see if it's something that you want for your child. I'll try to post other videos of older children or other kids with different skin tones. But for now, have fun and give it a try. Okay, bye.